The changes to the Secure Act 2.0 were signed into law at the end of 2022, and there's a lot of changes to existing retirement savings and withdrawal rules. But since so many people in their 50s and 60s and even their 70s wish that they had more money in their Roth accounts, I'm going to focus on what those changes mean to Roth IRAs and a few ways that you might be able to actually get more into those accounts moving forward. In my opinion, this is really good news for you, especially if you're thinking about your retirement more, but really only if you know about it, know what the rules are, and then take advantage of it. If I haven't met you yet, or if you haven't seen this channel yet, I'm Dave Zoller, and my team and I, we help people create their ideal retirement plan. But since we can only help a few really a select number of people, we created this channel to share some of the strategies and the principles that we use with our clients to hopefully help you and help other people who are not clients. So be sure to subscribe if you're thinking about your retirement more now. So for the first few changes, you're gonna immediately understand what the benefit could be for you. But the last one that I'm gonna mention, it's really gonna be, you might wonder how it can directly benefit you, but sneak peek, it has to do with maximizing Roth conversions. And the goal is really paying the least amount of tax over your lifetime. So we're gonna go over 7 different changes here. And the first one has to do with Roth RMDs. So this first one applies to you if you're keeping any money in your work retirement plans like a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b. Right now, RMDs, the required minimum distributions, those are the amounts that we have to take out of these accounts. Those RMDs, they apply to your Roth 401ks and 403bs, which means you're most likely forced to withdraw money from those accounts, even if you don't want to when you get into your 70s. But after 2023, there will no longer be RMDs for those types of Roth accounts. So no Roth RMDs for those accounts while you're living. After you pass away, then the people who inherit your Roths, they'll have to start doing these RMDs, but while you're living, those should be removed or those should be going away. So as you might know, right now, if you've got just a regular old Roth IRA, you aren't forced to take out, you aren't forced to do RMDs from those accounts. But if you liked your custodian or if you like the 401k or 403b, where your money is now and you're gonna have that in retirement, usually in the past, then you had to take money out of there. But what happened in the past is a lot of people would roll over accounts to Roth IRAs, but now it's just one less thing that you have to think about. And again, after the account owner dies for these accounts, the same rules apply to Roth IRAs and Roth accounts as they did before the Secure Act 2.0. On to the next one. The next change, this one is very interesting, at least to a nerd like me, and it'll come into play if you're helping pay for your grandkids' college or want to do that, or maybe paying for your kids' college through the use of a 529 education account. Or maybe if you already have a 529 and everyone's already out of college. So those two things, this could apply to you. Currently, money from a 529 that's taken out for things other than education costs, that can be taxed and penalized. But now moving forward and under certain conditions, this Secure Act 2.0 adds a new way to move money from a 529 to a Roth IRA without paying those taxes or penalties. So that means that beneficiaries would be able to move up to $35,000 from a 529 into a Roth IRA in their name. Now the rollovers would be limited to the Roth IRA's annual contribution limit. So each year you'd have to do rollovers. And then the 529 would have to have been opened for at least 15 years. So let's say that you're contributing to your grandkids' future college. You've got a 5-year-old grandchild right now, and then they turn out to be a genius just like you thought, and they get a full ride to college. So that money that you put into the 529 isn't going to be used for college expenses. Well, this rule then could apply, and you've got that $35,000 rollover potential to a Roth IRA. So it's the thing that we don't want to have happen is contributing to a 529 and then nobody using it for college costs and then taking it out and having to pay the tax or penalty. So this is a nice little added bonus for the Secure Act 2.0. Now, a few rules around that one. Earnings and contributions would be treated like any other Roth account or rollover. However, the income limitations to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA is removed for the 529 to Roth rollover, if that makes sense. But the annual contribution limit remains the same. Short answer or a little thing to add on to this is talk to a financial professional or CPA if you're thinking about how this could work for you. Now this next rule or next change is a good one for either someone who's self-employed Or you work for a small company that offers not a 401k, but they offer either a simple IRA or a SEP IRA. And this could also be good for someone who, let's say you've got a side hustle you've got your regular job and you've got a side hustle that's earning some income, or maybe you're thinking about having some sort of side hustle in retirement. Right now, you cannot put money into a Roth with a simple or a SEP IRA. Those are two types of accounts you could open up if you're self-employed or what I was just talking about. That's going to change though under this bill, which would make it possible for a simple plan or SEPs to accept Roth contributions, which is really nice, I'd say, because when we're thinking about small businesses or earning something in retirement, a little extra money on the side, like a side gig, lots of times it's not big money that we're talking about. Hence, not a lot of it is going to be taxed if that's the case. And this will just allow you to get more money into a Roth as a result, which is a nice little bonus. Now, the next one that we're going to look at is actually a negative change that they're implementing, and that's my opinion, so we're going to go over that. But before I get to it, let me know if you like this kind of video. So far, just with a comment or maybe a like, click the like button. And if you've seen other videos on this channel, I talk about both the financial side of retirement, like this video, but then I also talk about the non-financial side. And next week, we're going to be looking at the 3 great ways to create your ideal retirement. So subscribe if you don't want to miss that one. This next change is related to you if you're over the age of 50, because it has to do with catch-up contributions to your 401ks or 403b. And this is a negative change in my opinion. And let me just get to the numbers very quickly. So the regular 401, let's say a 401k, regular contribution is that amount. And then there's also this thing, once you get to above 50, you can contribute an extra catch-up contribution. So 30K into retirement if you can swing it. Now, the change that's happening is if you have 145,000 in your Roth 401k already, and you make a catch-up contribution, let's say you made a catch-up contribution of 7,500, the new rule says that it has to be Roth. So now the reason why I think this is a negative is because it just gives us a little bit less control. For example, if you're 55 and you have over 145K in your Roth 401k right now, and you make a catch-up contribution, you might also, given those stats, you might also have a higher income right now than you will in retirement. So you maybe have a higher tax rate right now than you will in retirement. So it could make sense to do a pre-tax catch-up contribution instead of a Roth. It's not a huge deal, but it's just a little optimization. It'll help out a lot of people, but it's just one thing, less control over. The next one is a change to employer matching. So employers will be able to match contributions now to 401ks and 403bs and government 457 plans on a Roth basis, whereas before it was always pre-tax basis. Now this change, this new law, it doesn't force plans to offer this, but it does make it possible for them to do so, whereas before it didn't. So if you're employed and they offer this, it could make sense if you want to get more into Roth. Now, this next one is one where you might think, how does this impact my Roth IRA or getting more into it? But it has to do with Roth conversions. It's around this Roth conversion strategy. So last year, the RMD age, the required minimum distribution age that you had to start taking out of your pre-tax monies was 72. Now with the Secure Act 2.0, the minimum age for distributions to start would go up to 73. That's for people who reach that age in the year 2023 and beyond. So what does this have to do with Roth money? You might have seen another video that I did on the Roth conversion sweet spot. And that's really, it talks about the best ages to convert from your IRA to Roth with the main goal of paying the least amount of tax over your lifetime. That's what we're trying to do for many of our clients. Well, by pushing back the RMD age to 73, that gives you a little more control over the time of when and then how much you decide to convert. Because spreading out conversions could really mean thousands of dollars in tax savings to you in some cases. So as you're thinking about Roth conversions, check out the DIY retirement planner below. Part of the planner is really focused on Roth conversions and setting up a potential plan for you. And as always, be sure to talk to your financial team before making any big decisions like this, because there's so many different moving parts and components to do something that fits you just right. So if you'd like to reach out to us, you can do that through our website and then click on the Get Started button. We sometimes get inundated with a lot of requests and calls, but we can get back to you either way just to share what's happening over here. But I hope that was helpful. If it was, subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video. Take care.